Hey, welcome back to the Bound by Art podcast. I'm Missi Blue, tattoo artist, business owner, and your guide to navigating the chaos that is the tattoo industry. If you're an artist looking to grow your business, attract the right clients, and learn how to survive this career without losing your damn mind, then you are in the right place. Every week, I'll be bringing real talk, actionable tips, and hard-earned lessons from my own journey with a side of good vibes and a little bit of sarcasm. Whether you're new to the game, feeling stuck, or you just need a kick in the ass to get that spark back again, this is the show for you. Welcome to Bound by Art. Now let's get to work. In today's episode, I sit down with one of my besties and fellow tattoo shop owner, Gabe Burgos, to talk about the wild ride of entrepreneurship in the tattoo world. We dive deep into our experiences opening and running successful studios, sharing the highs, the lows, and everything in between. From overcoming self-doubt to building incredible shop culture, we hold nothing back. Gabe's journey from sleeping on the floor to owning his own tattoo studio is truly inspiring, and we both open up about the fears we faced and how we were able to conquer them. Whether you're a tattoo artist dreaming of opening your own shop or a small business owner looking for some real talk and motivation, this episode is packed with some great advice and just might be the push you need to step out of your comfort zone and level up your career. Trust me, you don't want to miss this one. All right, so I'm excited to introduce you guys to my buddy Gabe Burgos, one of my besties. He's been tattooing for 7 years now. He owns Burgos Inc. in Leola, Pennsylvania. He mostly does black and gray, but, dabbles in the color tattoos a little bit here and there when he comes to visit us.
Yeah, when needed.
And he's got 5 kids.
No pets.
No pets. I just learned this. No pets.
Enough pets.
He doesn't like pets.
The kids are enough responsibility.
I have feelings about that.
I mean, dude, I don't need pets. I got 5 kids.
I really think that the dog could watch the kids, though. This could work.
I worry. My kids are not known children.
They're also animals. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, fair.
You heard it.
The dog will be the most well-behaved one in the house.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, I actually don't know your story, so this will be fun to learn your background. I've known Gabe now for what?
Couple years, I don't know.
At least 3?
Yeah.
Probably?
Yeah.
He came out to guest spot, instant besties.
Yep.
And now we can't get rid of him, so he keeps coming back out. And now he is a part-time resident artist. He's coming out once a month to work with us because we just have a fantastic time together. So
yeah.
But tell us what your story is. Like, how did you get started with tattooing?
Oh my goodness. Getting tattooed first. Started getting tattooed when I was 15, which I know was at a shop.
15.
15 kind of crazy, but yeah, 15. I got my first one, which was this one. Show the camera. Prayer.
Wait, which one? Oh, the prayer.
This one right here. Serenity Prayer.
Okay.
Fun fact: that tattoo I got it done at the shop I ended up working at. Like the first.
Oh, really?
It was just coincidental.
Nice.
So yeah, I was getting tattooed, and then always artistic. Always like I was that kid in class. I was like drawing on the back of their tests constantly, doing horrible in school. But so then I ended up having a child really young. I was 18. So I went straight to the workforce, factory, all that stuff. And then I literally saw an ad in a tattoo shop for a tattoo shop. They were hiring, so I called.
Hiring for, looking for an apprentice or artist?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I was working full-time at that time, and they basically told me I either have to quit my job and fully commit or not interested. So I quit.
Okay.
Fully and committed and started the journey.
Wow. Okay. And
with 3 kids. 3 kids already.
So how were you instantly paid while you were apprenticing, or how did that work?
So I won't mention names. So I don't want to mention names or anything, but it wasn't the best experience. I'm grateful because I got my start, but I think that's important that people know too, is not every shop is the same. Not every opportunity is the same. Not every apprenticeship is the same. So I think it was less of an apprenticeship, and it was much more of you're going to start tattooing and make me money, kind of.
Okay. So you started making money pretty quickly.
Pretty quickly, yeah. It was much more just kind of trying to figure things out. But on the shop that I worked at it's like the OG shop. But
Okay.
Yeah, he's been tattooing like 40 plus years.
Yeah.
So it was a big change, but.
So when I met you, you were working at a shop of like black and gray tattoo artists.
Yeah. So I left. So I was at that original shop for a few years. I got decent. I would definitely not say good. I was decent, it was okay. And that was just like really like self-taught, to be honest. And then I ended up deciding I was making really good money there because it was a heavily walk-in shop. But then I got to this tattoo actually by a big friend of mine named Omar, who I still respect and love to this day. And I was getting tattooed, and I kind of told him, like, dude, you're kind of like a hero of mine in this tattooing game. And we kind of just we were talking without talking. We were like kind of hinting at maybe an opportunity until 2 days later, I wrote him, worked there for a while. That's where like my game leveled up because I'm surrounded by monsters in black and gray. So I was the weakest link by far, which is where I think it helped me so much.
Yeah, I think that it's really important to not be the best person in your shop because you will just plateau. Mm-hmm. And if you are the best person in your shop, then you need to be getting out, doing guest spots, like seeking at least knowledge and getting inspired outside of your shop so that you can bring that back. Because I've seen it so many times where people will open their own shop and they never they either stay plateaued or they regress.
I think that's comfortability. Like, I think this game in general, getting into it is so uncomfortable. And obviously, you've been tattooing a lot longer than me. But even me, like when I first started, it was like, even now, it was like so scary. Like, how do you call a tattoo shop and or even get into it? It's so, at least for a while, it was so protected. It was like intimidating to even think about becoming a tattooer. So then once you get that comfortability, maybe some people, they own a shop, now they're their own boss. They don't have to get better. And maybe some people think of it that way. They don't have to get better.
Yeah. I think a lot of people foolishly think they're going to open their own shop because they just want to show up, tattoo, and go home. Yeah. And that is not how it goes.
It's quite the opposite. They're like, I'm going to open my shop so I don't have to work so much. And then work double now.
I want to spend time with my family.
Yeah. No.
Who? I don't even remember them.
No, it's insane. Get my kids mixed up all the time.
So
no, but yeah, I think I grew a lot at that shop because I wanted to put myself in a position. In the first shop I was at, I had fooled myself into thinking I was really good. And certain people around me were kind of saying that. And I think because the standard was so low, maybe in the terms of what the standards were there, maybe I wasn't good. But outside of that little bubble, I wasn't even.
Yeah, it's all relevant.
Yeah. So then when I went into that shop and I saw everything leveled up, I mean, the professionalism of the shop, the way they cared for the customer, the process, the booking process, everything was just so scary. Yeah. I didn't try it to me. I was like, well, this is scary. And I was like, do it out.
So, and that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today, because I feel like we both really push ourselves out of our comfort zone and do scary things and things that are really intimidating. So what pushed you to that point of actually going and asking?
For the black and gray shop?
Yeah.
I honestly felt, so money was good. It's not hard. I mean, it's not too hard to make them a decent living tattooing. But I didn't want just that. Genuinely, I didn't like it. I could have still been there making great money. It was just, I wasn't happy. I felt my skills not growing. I felt like I reached my ceiling there. And I really sucked holding a 9-to-5 when I was younger because I felt like I hit my ceiling really quickly. Like, I'm a cashier. What are you going to do after that? Yeah. So being in there, I scheduled the appointment to get tattooed, kind of like just wanting to see what's out there, And then when I started getting tattooed by him, and I felt just the moment I walked into the shop, I felt uncomfortable, not in a bad way, but in the sense of like, these guys are serious.
Yeah. Like,
there's people like this out here.
Yeah. Yeah.
This good, this professional, this on point. I gotta level up or I'm gonna get left behind. And having all the kids, which I make jokes about all the time, it puts a lot of pressure on you, So I think that was me realizing sooner better than later that I'm nowhere near as good as I thought I was,
Yeah. So it's almost like like you become so uncomfortable with your progression that it pushes you to make a move to,
something has to change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then fast forward to when you opened your shop, which this is a real fun story. So
I already do.
Gabe comes out to guest spot with us for the first time, and
you guys left me. You can help it.
Instantly, we just vibe. Like we have so much in common. We were both sober, and that was it's rare to find other people who are sober in this industry. So that was awesome, and we just seem to have a lot of just the way that we think about things and see things in common. So I was like, man, this guy's awesome. And I had 2 artists that were leaving to go open their own shop at the same time, and I was like, fuck, I'm gonna offer him a job because I feel like he would be a great fit here, and I'm just gonna shoot my shot. So I offer him a job. And what do you say? What'd you say, Gabe?
I wanted to open up my own shop. If it wasn't for that, guys, trust me. Wow, look, I'm back here doing what happened and stuff. Think about it, right? So you were literally this shop is just amazing. There's a reason why I'm here right now.
Yeah.
It's because I opened up my shop. Sure, I had my own drive, my own goals, but I knew that I still wanted to be a part of this. You guys are awesome. So
yeah. So he says, I would love to do that in some sort of
someday.
I'm trying to think of how exactly you said it. You were like, we could work something out. Like, I'd like to do that in some way or fashion. But what if, instead, I opened my own shop? And I was like, no.
Remember?
Absolutely.
You're like, dude, what are you talking about?
It is the opposite of that.
Not what I wanted you to do.
Like, that is opposite of what I want.
I know. It was so weird because I always knew I am not by any means someone that knows everything by at all. Actually, the opposite. I know that I don't know much, which is why I think I learned so much. But I went into this game once I knew I was in it, I immediately knew I had the temperament to be a leader. So I was like, one day, and I thought I was going to be 50 years old. I didn't think it was going to be this soon, I thought I'm going to be 20 years later. Maybe I'll be my own boss one day. And then it just happened so much sooner than I expected. And I was like, man, I can still do this and still be coming to the Missi shop. So it worked out.
Yeah, no,
we're here. We're fine. Yeah, we're fine. We're here.
But so, opening a shop's really scary too, because, then it's like, I have to make it. There's no other option here. Yeah. So tell me about that process.
To be too deep, but I am a deep person, so I'll just be me. I feel like I don't just say, I feel like I like having my back against the wall. And I think that's just something that I had to do when I was younger. Growing up the way I grew up, it was just against the wall. So you had to get comfortable with it because that's your only reality. And when I look back at when I quit my job and started the tattoo shop, my back was against the wall. I had this option. Either I continue to live, and nothing's wrong with being ordinary or working a 9 to 5, right? That's fine. It wasn't for me. And I knew that. So I said, I can either keep playing it safe or I just take a shot. And what happens if I fail? I just go work a regular job again. Big whoop.
Yeah.
Now I did that with 3 kids to feed. My wife's a stay-at-home wife. God bless her. But I had that financial... Alleged
wife.
She's real, I swear. I swear it's A's for her, Amber. Shout out. No, but it put me in that position where I was like, what do I do? And I just went for it. And it worked out. Yeah. And then I did the same thing when I went to the Black and Gray shop. I was like, man, this feels so scary. What happens if I fail? I go work at a regular shop at night.
Yeah.
I shot my shot. It worked out. So I started to build this confidence in me. Not overnight, but over time. It's like, you know what? I can do this. And if I don't, then I'll go work at a regular shop. I just knew.
Yeah.
And then I just shot my shot. And to be honest, I didn't do it the best way. Okay, I didn't have a lot of savings. I did it. Everything, if you look at it by the book, I did it wrong maybe in a way because I didn't have $10,000-$15,000 saved up. I had a couple $1,000 saved up, and I acted impulsively. I said, now's the time. Now's the time. I didn't even know where to look for property. I just was like, I got a little studio and made it work.
Yeah. And you did. It's still there. So
yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it's what trusting
yourself, man. That's key.
But also knowing that no matter what, like, you're a resilient person.
Yeah.
Like, you know how to pivot. You know how to, just make the next step that you need to.
Yeah.
So if things did go south in any of the situations, you would just be able to just pick right up and move to the next thing, because you're not going to sit around and like, feel sorry for yourself. You're going to look for a solution, because that's just the type of person you are.
I think that's a choice that people make too.
Oh, yeah.
I think a lot of people, and I suffer from that. Sometimes life deals with a certain hand maybe, and the comparison game is one that we all play sometimes. And we feel like we're not capable. I'm not as resilient. For instance, I'm not as resilient as Gabe. And I've had people say that to me. It's not true. It's a choice to be resilient. Either you keep it pushing or you don't.
I think it's also like a learned behavior, because you start to trust yourself that you can do it the more you have to do it. I feel like that's one of my really strong characteristics.
For sure.
But I've also, like, I know worst case scenario. Like, I have been rock bottom, like, homeless, living in my car. Mm-hmm. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah, you survived that. Yeah. You don't want to go back. We like a house.
I was in, like, San Diego, so, like, it's not... Like,
warm out.
It's, like, a pretty good place to be.
With the winter.
But, I know
having survived that, you start to trust yourself more.
Yeah, you can pick back up and keep moving to the next thing. I saw this seminar from Gunner. I fucking love Gunner. He's so inspirational. Like, if you ever get a chance to watch one of his seminars, do it, because it's fantastic. They'll change your life. But he said something about, you step on a piece of gum, and you have two choices. You can sit there and be like, oh, fuck, I got gum in my shoe, and sit there and, like, try to pick at it and try to get it out. And he's like, or you can keep fucking walking. And I was like, yes. I love that.
I love that too.
But yeah, and I feel like we're the keep fucking walking.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've had my moments.
We all look at the gum sometimes. We don't stay there for too long. I think that's the key.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
It's a balancing act.
So I feel like, when you open your shop, it was just you.
Yep.
And now how many artists do you have? You really gotta think that long?
I'm old, guys. I'm old. I have a lot of kids. So I've been mixed up.
It is like having kids.
It is. And I have 2 pairs.
Yeah.
House and work. I love you guys. I'm just kidding. But Jose, Berto, JC, Christian.
Okay.
So 5 total, 4 was me.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And so I know we've talked a lot about running shop. Like, it's actually so cool when Gabe comes around, because I'm like, yes, I could talk to my, like, tattoo shop
battle buddy.
Battle buddy.
Your war survivor.
So we can, it's almost like we save up all of our issues so that we can dump on each other. But we've had our ups and downs with our artists, the people working in our shop, and really having to learn the absolute hardest way how to create a great environment in the shop, and who the right people are, how to find the right people, how to keep the right people. And I feel like we're both at a really good spot right now.
Yeah, I
agree. And I've only met a few of your guys, like, just temporarily, but they all seem like really cool dudes. So
yeah, I think that's where controlling the culture of your shop is so important.
Absolutely.
It's not just numbers on a sheet. It's not just how much money can I make, because not all money is good money. It's not. You want to. I think me and you, we play the long-term game a lot, so we trust ourselves, and we trust that when we're making decisions, sometimes we're giving up to now so that we can benefit later. I think that's the key. Yeah.
Yeah, I think for me, I've definitely made some panic choices with hiring, because, you're like, you feel like you have no other option. You have to get someone in there to help. And I always want to see the good in people, and I always want to be like, oh, well, maybe I could train this out of them.
Right.
I see this red flag, but it feels a little more like pink and like.
Yeah, it's not so red.
And I try to. I can fix them. I can fix them. That is my problem. Yeah. That is my own red flag. But I've definitely learned very quickly that any red flag out the gate is a no. If they're not, if they're in the interview process or the just getting to know you process and you're seeing red flags, get them the fuck out of there, because they're on their best behavior now. And if there's a problem now in this stage, oof.
If they're letting that leak out now, when they're trying to, you know how it is. You get an interview. Maybe when you were younger, you get an interview at a job. We're on our best, but I'm an angel, I swear.
Yeah.
And if you have red flags that early, imagine the ones that are underneath, which
don't have to imagine. I mean, I
was the same.
I synced it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think through our combined experiences now, it's like when we feel something's wrong, we're talking it out, and we're just, you're my backbone when I need it. I feel like I'm your.
Oh, dude, yeah. We take turns, like.
It's like, get him out of there.
Get this shit out of here now.
But yeah, and I think, knowing what your non-negotiables are, knowing where you stand and what your expectations are right out the gate, makes it so much easier to make these decisions and kind of protect your culture, because, I'm sure your shop is the same, because you are the same when you come here with us, but that we are just so, the clients come first. Like we want to take care of them. We want to treat them as best as possible, make the environment as welcoming and inviting as possible. Yeah. And I'm not trying to have people in my shop, in my environment, that are going to fuck that vibe up.
It comes down to, and I think for me, I don't know about you, but I know for me, when I opened up my shop, I think I was so worried about coming off like an asshole boss, And
you want to be the cool boss.
Yeah, I want to be the lenient one.
It's not a bad either.
For the first time. Yeah, exactly. I was like, and sure, that's a good heart, shows I have a good heart on that. But a lot of times it doesn't work in business. You have to be able to create, like you said, hard yeses and hard nos.
Yeah.
And I think for me, I wanted to be so welcoming to artists that I almost was putting myself last, and like I was too scared to control the culture of my shop because I didn't want to come off like a prick. And now, it's been 2 years now, owning my shop. I've learned I'm okay with being a prick sometimes.
Yeah.
Because I only do it because I actually want to control. I want the artist to be happy. I want the clients to be happy. If I have to sacrifice one of those two, then it's not going to work.
Yeah.
So it's.
I think. Also, I don't think you're being a prick.
I know. I think. No, yeah.
I can't even
creating
imagine.
Balance. No, just creating balance.
But yeah, it's just a matter of like, here's my expectation.
Yeah.
And you're not meeting it.
Yep.
And this isn't going to work, And then it's not on you, it's on them. Like they're the 100% ones that didn't meet the expectation or the agreement that you had. Which is, something that I'm learning is having all of those expectations and what the agreement actually is right out the gate up front. So they like,
no surprises.
Yeah. Here's what it's like here. And at this point, I'm almost trying to scare people away from coming to work for me.
Like a filter.
Yeah.
It's like a filter.
I'm like, it's hard to work with me.
You're only here if you really want to be here.
Admittedly, I am a workaholic. And working on it.
You are. Working.
If only I was a workaholic about working on the workaholic.
Yeah.
But I am super ambitious. Everybody here is super ambitious. We all we're very competitive. We want to push ourselves. And if you get someone in your shop that's not like that it just really, it drags everyone else down. It makes everyone else not want to try. Yeah. It just really ruins your culture in the shop. So
energy talks before your mouth does.
Yeah. Say that. And at this point, I'm just like, here.
I need go-getters.
Yeah.
I need go-getters. Because what happens is, it's just like anything. No matter how much I like to say that I can control my emotions and everything, if I walk into a room and there's an energy vampire, which we've all experienced them, okay, it does drain you. And what drains you is maybe not even you're not letting them get to you, but you're working so hard on not letting their down pull you down that you're wearing yourself down.
Yeah.
Why should I have to do that?
Yeah.
That feeds off our clients. Clients read on it even if they don't speak on it. And not only that, the co-workers, the other artists will see, man, this guy, doing this. I mean, I don't know, right? But I can only assume. And once you get rid of that in your shop, I think you feel that weight lifted off almost immediately. Yeah. Because when you have to have those courageous conversations, it is so anxiety. This for me is so anxiety inducing. I hate it.
Yeah. And then afterwards you're like,
yeah, I can breathe. It's like, oh. And I think, like you said, I'm in a great spot. I feel really happy with the team that I have. And I'm doing the same thing you're saying. I get people writing me wanting to join the shop, which I'm so grateful for, that people would even want to work there. But I'm okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm okay.
Yeah.
With what I have.
And yeah. And I, at this point, I'm like, I don't want anybody else to come in and fuck up the vibes. Like, you gotta be, we all agree too. And I talked to all the artists before we really consider hiring anybody, because I'm going to have them guest spot because I want to know what it's like to work with them, how I want to see them interacting with clients. I want to see, like, if they're fucking disgusting, are they messy, like, I just want to know, like, what it's like to work with them before I would even consider hiring them. But we also will have a whole conversation about it and kind of decide together, because it's not just affecting me, it's affecting everyone. Yeah. And we just recently decided, like, if we don't meet someone and we're like, fuck yeah, it is a fuck no. No, I like that. If we're not super excited about this person and it's just like, they're fine. Like, no. Don't want to settle. I want someone I'm excited to work with. Yes. I want them to be excited to work with us. Bingo. I fucking love everybody that works here. I'm excited to come to work, and they inspire the fuck out of me. Yeah. And I want more of that. Yeah. So that we can all just, like, really push each other and motivate each other. Like, that's what I want to be around. Mm-hmm. And that's having a positive culture in your shop, which I've seen a lot that a lot of owners, because times are hard economically, I think sometimes people want to fill those chairs up so badly because maybe they're in a tough spot economically. Maybe they can't afford the shop rent, and that's the reality side of it. And when you're in a tough situation like that, you do start to think, this ain't so bad. And then you do it and it bites you in the ass times 10. Yeah, every time. And I'd rather keep 2 solid people, for instance, than 5 people that aren't really cutting it. Yeah. And I think, when I opened my shop, at least, I wanted to open a shop that I knew I wouldn't have to rely on someone else's income to pay the bills. Yes. And so major. Not super realistic now that I've been doing it a while, but if I had to, I could afford it by myself. Absolutely. I'd have to fucking work my ass off. But make it happen. But that's affordable by myself. But until you get, like, a core group of people, like, shouldn't be getting in over your head where you don't have a backup plan for paying for shit if everyone were to leave you. But also, if everyone's leaving you, you got bigger problems than your rent. Inward. Yeah, because paying your bills is not the problem. Yeah, it's not. It's not. Yeah. And that's why I think we get it so well. Not that we got it all figured out, as we don't, but we're on the right track. But I feel like what I want to work in this shop, that's what I think about my own shop. Yeah. Would I want to work here if I wasn't the owner? If the answer is no, how about I get to changing something? Yeah. Because keeping that culture high and the morale high, it's simple things, I think. Yeah. And I think that I forgot what I was going to say. It's okay. Happened to me 20 times. It's gone. It's all good. It's all good. We're saying how don't go over your head too quickly. Be able to afford it on your own. Yeah, I don't know. It's fine. Whatever. It's all good. No, that's key. I think when I started off, I started off as a little room, and I trusted the vision. I knew I was going to be here for a year, and if I can afford business ownership, and I do okay, and I survive, maybe I'll upgrade to a better spot. My whole idea was private studio. I know everyone hates that, but that was my idea. I don't hate that. I hate skins. Yeah, there you go. I had a private studio, little room. It was a little suite almost. Yeah. And it was just me and one other guy. And throughout that year, I realized I can fucking do this shit, dude. Yeah. It ain't easy, but I can make it happen. And then luckily things happened, and now I have a building and everything. But even that was super scary. I mean, every single time I've done something that's really beneficial, it's beforehand, man, it's the scariest fucking thing, dude. Yeah. Genuinely, every time I had this, like,
possible big thing, I shit my pants every time. I swear to you. And I'm like,
well,
what do I do?
I think that a lot of times people get like being anxious or nervous about something and excitement confused because, you know, they can feel the same. But I think if you're doing something big like that and you're feeling really anxious, it's because your body's like, we're about to do something fucking cool.
That's a good perspective.
At least that's what I tell myself when I get like that. Especially this past week, I'm like, here we go. Like that's
and I think the results show, right? Because when I actually you're saying, I'm thinking about this as you're saying that. It's like every single time I've had that scary moment, I always perceived it as some sort of sign not to do it. That's when my mind went. It was on negative based. I'm like, I shouldn't be doing this. And I'm not just relying on me. My kids are relying on me. I sort of put all the whys I can't do it. And then I did it anyway. And it paid off.
Yeah. And that's, I think, what sets people like us apart from people who will probably never own a shop or never level up because
we'll take the risk.
We're pushing past that discomfort and that fear, you know? And a lot of people, once they hit that slightest bit of like tension or they're like, never mind, you know?
The safety of your, it's almost like a jail cell. Your brain's in a jail cell. It's too scared to get out, you know?
And I have a friend who, man, she could be have this incredible business and I believe in her so much. She doesn't believe in herself yet. And I've seen her go through it where she built up this, you know, I'm going to do this big thing and I have this great idea and it is a great idea and I know she's going to kill it. And then she gets to a point and she's like, oh, but it's nice and safe over here and there's too much at risk. And she talks herself out of it every time. And it's like the people that are going places and doing things and leveling up, they are pushing past that friction and past that point of discomfort to get to the other side where the thing that they want is. And it's inevitable. Like you have to get through that. You have to experience it and get past it. There's no easy road to, you know, getting what you want. You have to put in the work.
Yeah. Especially if what you want is an uncommon result, right?
Yeah.
Everyone, I want to own a shop. Let's just say the average person who wants to be a tattooer. They're comparing themselves to great artists. I want to be like that one day. I want to make X amount one day, and it's never a small number, right? Well, our goals are never small numbers. So I want to make this much, or I want to have this amount of reputation with this kind of a shop, or whatever the personal goal is. It's never small. It's usually so far because you can't touch it. If you want to have an extraordinary result, you got to do extraordinary things. And the ordinary thing is stay right here because it's safe. And it's comfortable. But what happens then? You never find out your potential. Genuinely, that might sound corny, but it's true. Like, every single thing I've done, and not that I'm some super, I'm a trying person. I just try.
Yeah.
And when I tried, I accepted the fact that it might not work out genuinely. Because I'm not saying just jump off the roof blindly. But if you trust in yourself, you're going to trust yourself even if that one doesn't work out. That's the thing. If you put all their marbles on the result, if I don't make this much, then I failed. No. When I left that shop to go to the other shop, I didn't have an unrealistic expectation. I said, I'm going to give this a shot, and I'm going to do my best to make it work. But I'm human, and certain things are out of my control, right? So if it doesn't work out, I'm still going to be fine. And it's not going to deter me from trying again the next time I see something that I want. Because eventually, at least I know, genuinely, I made peace with the fact I might fail, genuinely. And that's how I work. Everyone's different. But for me, the whole, it's going to work out every time, that's not realistic for me. So for me, I have to make peace with the worst. And it took a bit of that anxiety away from me, genuinely.
Yeah.
You know, it was like, if I fail, okay, I failed this time. I ain't dead. I have a heartbeat still. I can try tomorrow. You know? Yeah,
and I think that, for me anyway, so I never have a plan B. Honestly, so I consider my superpower not being able to comprehend the consequences of my actions. It's an ADHD. That is my superpower. So I am very impulsive.
Yeah.
and I just go for shit and don't really think it through, which has also landed me in very bad situations.
Sure, it's like up and down, right?
But it's also landed me in some really great situations. So, I started, I guess it was this year, I think I started doing, not every day, but most days, I do something that scares me. I do something that makes me uncomfortable, something I'm unsure about. I push myself to do. And the crazy places that has taken me just in a year is insane. I can't even think of an example. Well, going to work at Timmy B's shop this past week. I did a guest spot in Massachusetts at Night Owl Tattoo. Sure, Timmy B was like one of my idols when I started tattooing. I really looked up to him a lot, and to think that I am at the level now that I can work at his shop is like, I'm still wrapping my head around this a week later.
A little bit.
But for sure. But I just went for it. I was like, I'm gonna ask him. Fuck it. What's he gonna do? Say no? If he says no, oh well, I'll try again next year. Maybe I'll get better.
Mindset right
and
there.
It's gonna give me that motivation to push myself to be better. So, I just did my pet portrait webinar last week, and that was another thing that I was like, I'm not ready for this. I'm just gonna go for it. I did a presentation last week for an online tattoo community, and I didn't feel ready for that either, and I was terrified for that too. And I was like, fuck it, let's go. I'm just gonna be like, you ever see that Jim Carrey movie, Yes Man?
Absolutely.
That's been me this year. I'm just like, yep, let's do it. Fuck it, I don't know what I'm doing. Let's figure it out.
Well, look, did it work out?
It sure fucking did. Yeah. So
see,
it's been awesome.
That's the shit that certain people, that feeling of gratification that you feel right now, when you're able to look back on this week, how you just said that your smile went from here to here.
Yeah.
Some people will never feel that joy, genuinely, because they're not willing to get through that fucking fear, man, that wall. And it's real. I feel that shit too sometimes. But the way that you just said that, this guy was like, I looked up to him so much, and I'm good enough to tattoo next to him. The way you said that was such like happiness. That's pure happiness that you get only from pushing past that shit.
Yeah, for sure. And my husband is one of those people that will. He's starting to come out of his shell a little bit with stuff, but he's very just like work real hard, 9 to 5, do what I'm supposed to do, and he's never gonna like be a big dreamer. Honestly, it would be awful if we were both this dream chaser.
Well, I think my wife is the same way. My wife's much more safety of the
he keeps me from like floating away,
it keeps you grounded a bit.
I think of him as a naysayer a lot of times, and it's
on my dreams.
And really he's just being realistic, like that's fucking stupid. Whatever.
I think it balances each other out.
But yeah, for sure. Like I could not, like if he was another person that was just like wildly just.
You'd be in like South Korea. No, you'd be in South Korea doing something.
Consequences be damned. We'd be on the streets for sure.
It's funny because the same demographic on my wife's much more of a. Like she always tells me, she's like, I don't want to be a boss. I never wanted to be a boss. I just want to go work my safe job, come home, and be fine. And I'm the opposite of that. I was like, girl, I'll lose my mind. I
don't like being told what to do. So
I don't like it either.
I knew from very young that I was going to own my own business.
Oh, geez. Yeah.
Were you ever one of those kids that like had your side hustle in like middle school and high school?
100%.
What did you do?
I did a couple of different things. You rode those little skateboards?
No.
Tech decks?
Earmuffs, police.
Nothing illegal. No, I won't talk about the illegal stuff. Only legal stuff. No, I just saw like little tech decks in middle school.
Oh yeah.
One thing I did do it's fine. It's fine. I used to like scan $10 bills, wrinkle up the paper, and then ask for change.
I did a similar thing,
and I get like real $5 bills back.
So back in the day,
I was 12. I'm not an asshole.
There might actually still be these like $5 bills rolling around where they have like a strip inside of them.
Okay. And
you could pull the strip out of the edge of the fives and tape it onto a $1 bill and put it in a change machine. You put it in a quarter machine at the bowling alley, and it would give you $5 in quarters, and then you go spend the $5 bill.
I'd be fucking rich. We're gonna have a mountain of fucking coins.
I'm sure that they fixed that. I mean, I know people who did that. I didn't.
No, I didn't do that. Yeah, I know someone that scanned the $10 bills, wrinkled them up, and be in research for 10, and I got caught in 3 days. School resource office.
Don't get caught. That's
idiot. I don't know what I was doing.
That's where you fucked up. Don't do that.
I had the ambition though. Creativity at 12 years old.
Yes, that's
kind of insane.
I used to. Why does everything we're doing illegal?
I'm scared. I'm so quiet. I'm scared to hear about what you're gonna say.
No, I remember so across the street from my house when I was in like middle school, high school was so there was like an empty lot that my parents actually owned too, and then a lake, and then on the other side of the lake was like people's backyards. The next like development over. Yeah. And me and my friends across the street would take their little blow up raft boat, and we would paddle across the lake to this one people's like backyard and take all the oranges off their tree.
Okay, that's not bad. That's not too bad. Okay.
No, we didn't steal anything that they were going to use.
You were.
They were just rotting on the ground.
I thought you were like, I stole their car.
No, it's stole the car. Oh, threw in the lake now.
Statute of limitations on that. What is it?
Oh, we took their oranges and then we brought them back and sold them on the side of the road.
That's not bad. That's not too bad.
But yeah, like.
But that's that hustle.
Yeah.
That's that funny shit that it is funny as hell, but. Do you have to think about most kids don't think like that, man. And I thought it was something normal. I thought I was like a normal guy. Like, I wanted to be rich so bad. Like, I idolized Scarface. I still love Scarface, but I genuinely was like 11 years old thinking about how I'm going to be rich.
Yeah.
Genuinely. And I would just like think like, okay, I can get tech decks for $5 at the store and sell them for $10 in school. That was like my thing. I thought about that, you know? And then there was just like nothing would stop me from that, even if it got me in trouble, which it did many times. I think I just, now looking back on it, I go, okay, sure, I didn't know how to use that ambition, but I was ambitious as fuck.
Yeah.
At 12 years old.
Imagine, oh my God. So I listened to this podcast recently where this girl was talking about how it's career day, and they have to like go up to the table in the front of the class. There's like different careers all over the table, and everybody has to pick a career that they want. And everyone's like a mad scramble for like all the different careers. And she's standing there looking at him, and she's like, I don't want to do any of that shit. And so she didn't pick one. And then the teacher was like calling on people to come up and like tell like what they picked. And she, of course, is like, her last name is like A, so she's first on the list. Yeah. So they're like, what did you pick? And she's like, I didn't pick any of them. I didn't want to be any of those things. And he's like, see me after class. And like, she thinks she's in trouble, right? So after class, she goes and talks to the teacher, and he's like, have you ever heard of an entrepreneur? And she's like, no, what's that? You know, she's a little like
that's a big word. I barely knew that.
Yeah. So, and he like tells her that she's probably meant to be an entrepreneur, and like explains what it is, and like puts the seed of thought into her mind. And now she's like, you know, millionaire and like just a super successful person because this teacher had like, instead of her getting in trouble for not doing the assignment,
that's why I thought that story was going.
Yeah, like saw that in her. Like, imagine if us, you know, selling stolen shit in middle and high school, if somebody saw that and was like, you know, you could be this, you know, I would have probably not wasted
every time. Like, do your schoolwork, go to college. I don't want to.
Yeah, but I mean, like, how much time in my life did I waste that I could have been pursuing something like this?
And you know, because of that, though, like, I think because of that, no one told us this. We try to save other people that shit.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think so much, and each one of my guys, you guys know it's true. I give speeches, and sometimes they like it, and sometimes they but it's because I fucking care, man.
Yeah.
I don't want someone to think that they are not able to do something. Give it a fucking shot, man. Like, think outside this bubble. Because I get it. Like, I thought my value was so low. There's no way I could be. Even now I deal with a little bit of imposter syndrome sometimes, but back then it was times 100.
Yeah.
Me having a good life was like working at a factory making okay money. That was where I thought my life was going to be. I accepted it. I thought I was lucky to have that, you know? And now it's like, now when you see that there are possibilities out there to not even just financially, just like being a great tattooer, you know, being able to be a businessman, businesswoman, entrepreneur. It's like, that shit, how many of them are there out there that they don't know that they have it in them?
Yeah.
And no one's told them that.
Yeah.
Like, I'll have a tattoo session like I just did now. We're having a deep conversation about that because I want everyone to know you might have that in you, man. You know?
And I think that a lot of it is your environment too. So having some kind of example when you're young,
that's so important,
to show you that it's possible. So if you never had that influence in your life from, when you were young, where, maybe your aunt and uncle or something had their own business, or, if you don't have that, it's never going to cross your mind.
Yeah.
And I don't know that it was a good example, but maybe my parents did like put that in my mind, because my dad owned a air conditioning like sheet metal shop, and then they owned an arcade like pool hall too. Okay. When I was like under 10 years old, and both of them went under, and like they had to file bankruptcy, and like we left in the middle of the night and moved to Florida, and like so it wasn't like a success story with their own business. And I think because of that, my parents were very bitter about like being a business owner and like entrepreneurship. So it was very much discouraged and not at all encouraged. So
it's more like, hey, play it safe. It didn't work.
Yes, absolutely. Like everything that I wanted to do was not like a normal job. And, before I even found tattooing, but I can literally remember, like it was yesterday, my dad saying, don't be an artist for a living. You're never going to make a living as an artist. There's a reason that the phrase starving artist exists. And I was like, fucking watch me.
Yeah. Fueled you. What's up? What's up? No.
Say something.
Fucking saying, fuck yeah, out of the shirt.
Look at me now. No, but I very much am fueled by spite my entire life. And that little, so thanks, Dad, for not believing in me, because it literally pushed me to where I am now, because that's how I'm fueled. That's how I'm pushed, is, if somebody
say I can't do something. Yeah. Go ahead.
If you give me an idea to do something, I'll be like, no, I don't want to do that. You know what I mean?
I think that's naturally a little bit of rebellion. It's a healthy amount, It's like, Gabe, dude, it's too early for you to open up a shop. Oh, okay. Now it was hard shit, but my pride, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, but
I think
weaponize it.
I think that the way you're doing it is good, because you do frequently go out and guest spot, and you're out there learning and growing as an artist. Yeah. So
100%.
Ideally you tattooing for a really good amount of time before you open a shop. Mm-hmm. I think that there's definitely situations where it can work out. But there's definitely situations where, like, they leave pissed off, like, I know more than you, and they go to the shop and drink. That's the problem, is the ego and not really fully understanding what is happening and like what the industry is like,
and thinking that you already know everything.
Yeah,
that's the key. That's what I used earlier. I said that people sometimes open up their own shops so they can feel comfortable and blow smoke up their own ass.
Yeah,
they're like, oh, I'm great, I swear. Let me open up this private, nothing against private studios. I'm saying there's right ways to do shit.
Yeah,
and even if it's unorthodox, there's still a right way to do it.
Yeah,
and I did a lot of things. A lot of my shit was unorthodox. A lot of my shit wasn't really by the book, but I wanted to do it right. That's the only difference. I didn't go, oh, I've only been tattooing 5 years and then open up a shop. I'm just going to do it and wing it. No, fuck no.
Yeah.
I fucking surrounded myself around people that were better than me, and business owners that have been doing it, and guest spotting and learning how to do things, watching how they do things, and soaking it up like a sponge and just trying to emulate it the best way I could. And it's a balancing act, I think. I think a lot of people, like you said, they tattoo for a year or two. They get upset at their boss. They fucking open up a little room, and that's okay, I guess. But there's a right way to do shit,
Yeah. I think I definitely didn't do it the right way either. Even, I was probably 16 years in, right? When I opened my shop.
Yeah. Just 16 years in.
Something like that.
Rookie.
But I never wanted to open a shop. I literally would tell people, be like, oh, when are you going to open a shop? I'm like, I don't want to fucking do that. I don't want to do paperwork. Guess what? I still don't.
Or that IRS. I'm joking. repairs.
I don't want to do this shit. So, but I hire someone to do it for me because I don't like that. But
find a way around it though.
But yeah, so, I never wanted to own a shop. So I was just happy to work for other people until I wasn't, until I was like, okay.
Was that your version of state?
What? Working for other people? No, that was my version of freedom.
Okay.
Because
you didn't want to be tied down to all the responsibilities.
Yeah. I mean, there was a point in my life where I moved 14 times in 2 years. You can't do that when you open a shop.
A lot of times, bro.
But yeah, I literally saw owning a shop I think because my very first shop that I worked at, I saw the owner struggle all the time.
Okay.
And
then with your childhood, you saw business ownership.
So yeah, I think
scary.
I think I was always just kind of like, no thanks. That looks so miserable. I don't want that. And
like I had it good right down. I would just continue to grow as an artist, and
that
makes sense.
Then it just got to the point where I was like, the shop I was at before I opened my shop, I was like, if I leave here, I'm never working for anyone else again because I don't want to deal with, like, I've seen enough shit that I'm like, I'm just trading one shop of bullshit for another.
Well, yeah, it's always different. Well, not always different, but sometimes it's just different bullshit.
Yeah,
different flavors of shit.
Yeah, and it was like, had there been a shop like I have now in the area, I would have gone there, but there wasn't a shop.
I love the way you said that, though. Think about what you said. If there was a shop like this in the area, you created the shop that you wanted to work at.
Yeah, the area needed it, I feel like. Sure. And I was like, well, no one else is going to fucking do it. I guess it's me. So so that's what I did. But I never really wanted it. And so on top of that, I didn't want to work with anyone either because I was just so bitter. I'm like, I hate tattoo artists.
Dang, I fucking hate this industry. Yeah.
People would be like, oh, do you know so-and-so works over? I'm like, I don't know anybody. I don't associate with tattoo artists.
For sure.
My mind has definitely changed since then. But like at the time, I was like, I don't.
No, I'm just...
Listen, they're still.
I'm a tattoo artist. So.
But are you? Are you tattooing?
Sometimes. Well, my hair feels like it.
But yeah, so I never meant to have people working with me. I meant for it to just be me. I just wanted like
do your own thing, control your environment, see your clients.
I just wanted to just like do my thing and like have like another seat for if my friends ever came to visit me, which they don't. So that's
how dare you?
I mean, like not you,
I know. I'm here.
My out of state friends, because I didn't have friends in the area before I opened shop.
Flat Spirit's cheap. I'm not actually. If you get here.
Spirit?
Spirit's whore. Allegiant isn't any better.
Southwest, always.
Is it good?
I love Southwest.
Is it expensive?
I don't think so.
You don't know.
Well, I mean, I don't compare to other airlines because I just go Southwest because I have points and stuff. So anyway. But yeah, I just meant to be by myself. And like, so I'm like, I don't need to learn about business or anything because I'm just,
It's just me.
It's just me.
Sure.
And then I just started like collecting people. So now it's like I'm responsible for all these people. And now
I feel that.
I definitely did it backwards. I collected the people, did all the things wrong, and then had to like backtrack and kind of reset and like, okay, I'm going to actually learn how to do this and then start again.
I think I have a very similar way of doing it.
But also, I mean, would I have learned the lesson the same way had I not had to struggle my way through it and fail a million times? I feel like that's how I learn. That's how most people learn best is by failure. So,
I can identify with that for sure. I think when I opened up, I was just me. I literally have pictures of the little room. It was a little room set up. And it was funny until then you started collecting people. Like, things just started popping up. I'm like, you want to work here?
Yeah.
I'll find the space, I guess. You seem okay. Now, I think I'm almost at the point I'm trying to scare people away a little bit.
Yeah.
You don't want to work here now. We're strict here.
I'm a terrible boss.
We're sober here. It's boring, I swear. You don't want to be a sober tattoo artist.
Fun here.
You don't smoke weed in the shop or anything. It's so boring. It's like, which apparently is not normal, but it should be normal. No. You don't smoke weed in shops.
I never put a sign in my bathroom.
I'm on God. I'm gonna do my version of that. I like it.
I can just print you out a sign.
That'd be good. Genuinely, that'd be good because I think it happens.
I have a sign.
Your weed vape is drugs, brother. The shop, it counts. It counts.
I have a sign in my bathroom that says, "Please don't do drugs in my bathroom."
Yeah. I'm not here to judge anyone, but I'm sober. I'm going to keep it that way. I like that. I'm not judging anybody.
I just like...
Don't smoke weed in my house, bro.
I also work really hard to make it smell nice in here, and
it smells like skunk.
So gross.
Skunk farted.
Anyway, probably just lost so many listeners right now, but it's fine.
It's a sober podcast.
It's a sober podcast. No,
not sober podcast. Sober person on the podcast. And another one here.
I would love to have like sober people on the podcast. I think that'd be fucking cool. Cause like,
dude, yeah.
Cause normalize we're a rare breed in the tattoo industry. I do know some though.
I don't judge anyone for smoking. They shouldn't judge me, friend.
Yeah, there's some good near me. Park in a nice place.
Thanks, man.
You smell, guys. Sorry.
It's bad, Aaron. Yeah. I need that sign printed out though, for real. Genuinely.
Yeah, you got it.
Where are you at now? You're hiring artists?
I
saw a little post.
So I'm open to the idea.
If the right person comes along, come correct.
Yeah.
Don't come with no bullshit.
Yeah. I'm considering, and the way that...
Let it out. Mm-hmm. Get out once. Get it out strong.
It's supposed to so that we know where to cut.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. Because it'll spike on the thing.
Lit. Also going.
Yeah.
What?
So.
Okay, so we got ready. Now we go.
I'm considering hiring. I'm so hesitant to hire because I don't want to have to fire anybody. That's the thing I think of every time I try to hire somebody. I'm like, I don't want to fire.
It's like starting a relationship because you're fearing them to break up.
Yeah, also literally.
It's like I'm cool with the guys I got and shit. I've had people email me and stuff, and they're so sweet. They seem so sweet, but I'm traumatized everybody.
Well,
okay.
I mean, but I did make a rule now where it's if somebody's interested in working here, they have to get a spot with us. I think I already said that before, but that's the rule. I had the rule already, but didn't stick to it, and it bit me in the ass. So now I'm
so now you actually have the rule.
Now I'm actually going to do.
Yeah, then you actually have it.
But yeah, if the right person comes along, I just wanted to put it out there because we do have 2 open seats. So I was no one's gonna know that I'm open to the idea of it if I don't post something about it. So I did, but I'm not actively desperately looking for someone. But if it's the right fit, it's the right fit. So
I know things, and you're putting it out there. If someone hears this, or has been I really feel we're a good fit, but she or he hasn't seen that you're posting there.
Yeah, I do. I have people ask me about partnerships daily, and I just don't. I don't have time, I'm not going to take an apprentice on if I can't actually commit to 100%. It. I have to that's a whole commitment.
First, Jim, shout out to you, brother. You're my last to wrap.
Your last. What is the tattoo mentor equivalent of a vasectomy?
What I just
cutting it off.
That's the last. The only people I will ever teach again, I think, are if my kids got older.
Yeah.
So Dad, I want to learn them. I'll teach you.
Yeah, my daughter says she wants to, but she is not making any efforts. So I'm I'm not hindering it. So you got to work to start.
Oh, yeah. Give it some time.
But I if my schedule ever did clear up where I had the time, I might consider an apprentice. And again, it's gonna have to be somebody who is a fuck yes.
Yeah, I was about to say, dude.
No.
I was about to say it has to fit.
Yeah, Vicky. I'm never gonna get another Vicky. I already know.
You are the real MVP.
She set the bar so fucking high.
Oh, I thought about this. I mean, you're every mentor's dream.
Yeah. Sorry, the rest of the world.
You're just on point, everywhere.
Yeah. But she also worked for me for 1.5 years, so I was able to really.
You guys knew each other as well,
Kind of. She was my client. I wasn't real close with her, and once she. Obviously, when she started working for me,
that's what I've been.
My shop manager.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
But if she hadn't put 1.5 years in of showing me how
the work ethic,
she works so hard, and
I remember when I met her, she was still a shop manager.
Yeah, and it was when she asked me, I was fine, because if it's gonna be anyone, it's you,
right.
But now, now I'm not going to have a shop manager and now she set the bar so high for a shop manager. I'm never going to find a shop manager like that.
That's what you call it, golden right there.
Yeah.
Trying to find a better Vicky. And you must be like Vicky.
Yeah.
That's the key.
Yeah, just.
I stepped on your shoes.
It's fucking kicking me now.
I know, the abuse.
But it's taken an hour so far.
An hour?
Yeah.
It's been an hour?
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's kind of insane. I was nervous in the first 5 minutes and I started talking, bro. We're just chatting.
Yeah.
I kind of forgot this was there. Yeah. It's kind of fun. That's fun, bro.
Yeah. So we could do this.
Dude.
If we could do this. Right? Imagine if we had like a thing specifically where we're going to talk about.
Dude,
or we just rambled today, but I think it works fine.
That's how podcasts are.
Yeah.
Turn Joe Rogan on.
But they do have a point. Like they usually go in with so if you have someone on your podcast, like say there's something that like you specialize in.
Well, for sure. I think
we lead the conversation.
I think we spoke about business ownership. We spoke about motivation. We spoke about pushing the barrier. We spoke about some fucking gems in there, dude. We just happened to make it fun. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Let the conversation flow organically. You kind of digress and you come back to the point.
So is there...
There you go.
So is there anything else that you want to share with us and that we should know about you?
Man, I mean, I'm
Dig deep. What do you got? What do you got?
I'm bald, if you haven't noticed. I love papooses. No.
It's a choice, though.
It is a choice. I have some hair. It's the hairline that we're not going to show on camera right there. Take a snippet. No, genuinely, I think this is for a lot of people that maybe are thinking about starting tattooing or anything in life. Genuinely, I grew up with nothing. You know, I slept, not to be TMI, but I slept on floors, genuinely. Missed a lot of meals, didn't have a good structure. I was a bit of a knucklehead growing up, and I made it happy. And not with any handouts, literally none. I didn't know anyone in the tattoo industry aside from the guys that tattooed me. So if you really want to get something, find a way to make it happen. And if you fail, it's okay. Keep going.
And don't be afraid to ask. Because,
that's how I met.
Because literally,
I got to say this before the podcast is over. I met Missi. I'm on this podcast right now because you posted a Q&A on your story. You didn't know even who I was. It was like something about a question, like ask me a question or something. And it was those things on Instagram.
Uh-huh.
And I wrote, when can I come guest? But you didn't even know me.
Oh, yeah, I remember
you remember that. You posted a picture of one of my tattoos. You were like, dude, hit me up. I'm like, I started fangirling. And I shot my shot, you see.
Yeah.
I was like, she's probably not going to respond to that.
Yeah.
And how many more asked me that, you know? And now we're freaking best friends.
That's so funny.
Something so small.
I couldn't remember, when we actually started talking or,
I bet because you're like Missi Blue, and I was... You know, I was like fangirling. I was like,
I just remember, you wanted a guest spot, and then I remember Wes worked here at the time. Was like, I know Gabe, he's great, and I was like, are you sure he's cool? Because he's a guy, and I'm not sure about dude tattoo artists. I've been traumatized, but he's like, no, he's cool. So yeah, that's awesome.
Think about that.
I'm glad you did that.
One little, and I wrote it and deleted it. I'm not joking. I wrote it, deleted it. I was like, I'm not going to buy it. It's embarrassing. And I did it, and then I got the notification, when they share your reply. It's like, Missi Blue shared your reply on the sticker on mine. And I wound up, it was a picture of one of my tattoos.
Oh, was it? So I reposted your tattoo.
I think you looked at my tattoos. You was like, this guy decent enough, you know? And then you posted one of my good tattoos.
Nice.
And you're like, dude, hit me up sometime. I'm like, what?
Well, that was super cool of me to do.
How sweet of her to give me a chance.
I've never memory of that.
Please say no. It's kind of great. It's a perfect example of that.
Yeah,
3 years ago, now look.
I love having guest stars out. Just being new people and stuff. But yeah, it worked out. But yeah, don't be afraid to ask because, literally worst case scenario is you're told no, and then what? But don't get butthurt. You know what I mean?
Bingo.
I just asked. I just asked a really.
I'm gonna go ahead.
I shot my shot this weekend and got no response. So, but
that's okay.
You know what that's gonna do? I'm gonna prove those motherfuckers wrong because that's how I go. Yeah.
That's how we're here. Flip it. Start breaking everything in the room.
Because I am literally fueled by spite. Tell me no, and I am going to go fucking full steam ahead.
Yeah. I think that's the message I want people to take away. Is we're having fun, we're laughing, which is great. underneath all this, I think what we're trying to say is don't let fear stop you from trying shit, man. And don't let it be result based. Don't only be happy if you win. Be happy you fucking tried. And that sounds corny, but it's true.
Yeah.
Because shoot your shot, man. Fuck it. You know?
I was listening to I listen to a lot of podcasts. I feel like I keep saying that, but this one lady was talking about how she's like, we're gonna acknowledge the fear and we're just not letting it drive. So fear is gonna be in the back seat for this trip. They're not allowed to touch the radio. Whatever she said, if they don't let touch the radio, they don't get to take the map. No, but they're just in the back seat, so you can be aware of like it's like thank you.
Yeah.
For your concern.
You're trying to protect me. I get it.
I understand where you're coming from, but no, we're still doing this anyway.
I guess the right way to think about it, for real. Bring the fear along for a ride.
Yeah, but I really like just like, and honestly, the more that I do things that are scary, the easier it is for me to do them.
100%.
Where I'm just like, I know that this, as soon as
I cut it.
Is it the ghost? Ghost, is that you? Blink twice for please don't. I can't handle that right now.
Dude, could you imagine?
Like it's
like the lights turn off. I'm like, oh my god, get my cross. Jesus, enter the room. I start freaking out. Oh, I'll talk about a freaking blooper, guys. Damn.
Were you here? You were here when that happened. When the ghost
happened
downstairs?
No. What are you talking about? The ghost of this fucking time?
So my light started like flickering, going on and off while I was tattooing. So it was...
Bro, there's a fucking ghost in here. Cut. There's a ghost.
No, it's just coming unstuck. It's fine.
No, that's not fine. You just said I've talked about the ghost and now it's being a ghost. And it wants to make an appearance on the podcast, I think, clearly twice. Let us do business, bitch. We're trying to do something important here, man. Bother us later, said. Well, her later, not me.
Is it me? But I said, I was like, ghost, is that you? And so let me start over. So my light is blinking. It's I'm tattooing. Moss is tattooing.
Yeah.
I think Vicky was just the shop manager at the time, and Jill was there. And my light starts blinking, and I was like, Ghost, is that you? Because we've had some weird shit happen, and we're just like, oh, it's Ghost Malone, our ghost.
Ghost Malone.
So I was like, Ghost, is that you? And it like blinks, and I was like, if that's you, blink twice for yes. And it was like, blink, blink. And everybody was like, what? Vicky runs into the closet. So I was like, well, we know who died first.
Into the closet? I'm running away from the closet.
She literally ran to the dead end.
Look, I'm going to the dark corner.
This is why she's bait in the apocalypse.
Yeah, that's where the ghost at.
We decided our roles if there was an apocalypse. She's just bait and dies first. But yeah, so she runs.
Take her.
She runs to the closet, and I just like kept asking questions, and it was like blink twice for yes, and it would blink, and everyone's like, stop talking
what
to
the
it.
hell? It's something scary.
Yeah, it was a good time. And then I was like, we were downstairs still, so it was probably
a year ago.
Yeah, a year and a half ago now. But pretty sure the ghost is still here.
So
if that's you, Ghost, like I will, if you'd like me to introduce you, I would need to know like your name. Maybe we could do a whole podcast with the ghost.
Do a guest spot.
I'm getting scared. I'm scaring myself.
You're scaring me, bro. Cut this shit. See, this is fun.
Write your name on the mirror if you're here.
Yeah. Can you bust out this quarter sleeve tomorrow for me? But give me the cut, though. Like a kiss the feet, bitch.
We'll put the ghost on the website. A booking form for the
imagine just busting out like portraits and shit. The ghost. Fucker's good as fuck. There you go.
We need to get him a job form.
Yeah, apparently.
Him? I think it's a him.
Whatever.
It feels like a him.
It does. Yeah, I feel the energy. I'm feeling threatened.
I feel God in this place.
Come here. Yep. There you go.
All right. Well, Gabe.
It's good fun.
I feel like we should do this again. It's a shame.
I'm going to be here every month. Oh, then you got it. I get scared of shit like that, bro. For real.
You're waiting for me before we leave, right? You're not just going to leave.
No, I'm leaving. Oh, my nightmare. So turning all the lights on and off. You're like, that's bald ghost. Oh. Me. No, we should do it again, though, for sure.
Well, thanks for coming on. I appreciate you.
Sure. Thank you for having me.
Good times.
Shall be back.
I'll literally see you tomorrow because you're tattooing tomorrow. No, we have a good time.
No, yeah, we do.
I can't do pupusas 2 days in a row.
No, I can't do it tomorrow either.
All right, good.
I think this is rare. You know, when's the last time I didn't have pupusas? It's been a long time.
Well, if you're going to be regular...
I don't want to, like, kill the vibes with pupusas.
Yeah.
We got to get something else, though, in these.
Dude, their tacos are fucking bang.
Yeah, I took a taco. 4.
They do come in 4s. So.
They do really come in 4s?
Yeah.
They come in 4s?
Yeah. You get 4. You can get 4 tacos.
What's up with the serving sizes? That's like a serious problem. 4 fucking tacos is the norm, bro. I'm eating fucking heavyweights.
I could barely eat them the other day.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
I feel like, your Instagram, your website.
Yes. My Instagram is at Burgos Inc. BURGOSINK. I spelled it out because some people did it fucked up. BurgosInc.com is
not burgers, Burgos.
Please, Burgos, BURGOSINK. And I have a website, BurgosInc.com. And yeah, you can find me here also, Bluebird website.
Yep, Bluebird Tattoos.
The bald guy, black and gray.
Loves the black and gray.
I do. Occasional.
I've been liking those like reels and faces that you've been doing.
You like it? Don't gas me now. Don't gas me up. Hey, I've been trying, man. Seriously.
No, they look good.
It's a lot of freaking work, man. Sitting there doing this. Pendulum shading, for those who don't know, shit's annoying. Takes time.
Yeah. I don't know anything about that. I don't do black and gray.
That color though.
Tell me, I have a question before we go.
I have an answer, I think.
Are black and gray artists just lazy?
Yes.
I knew it.
We like simplicity.
I've seen how you pack. Your one ink bomb.
Yeah, I do that. Yeah, it's easy. You bring a black
backpack,
a black and water in your machine, and then you dilute the shit.
Lazy.
It is so lazy. Color's so complicated.
Every time I look at the black and gray tattoo, I'm like, man, I could have done so much with color.
It looks good though.
It does look good.
It's just a nice and clean. Nice. If it's done right, it looks clean and nice.
I really thought I was just going to be covered in black and gray tattoos, but
I'm kind of disappointed.
Here we are.
I didn't know that about
I've been done.
You said you would maybe let me do one day. You didn't say that.
I think that you should do a black and gray tattoo of the word color.
Like, I will literally do that. This tattoo is in color. I was gassing the fuck out of everybody that sees it. Come on, what the fuck? It's in red, bro. You're fucking blind, bitch.
Anyway.
Appreciate it. I'll be back soon. Very soon.
Thanks for listening. I forget what my outro is, but something. Come back, check us out. Bound by Art Project.
Yes.
On Instagram, boundbyart.com for all of our blogs, resources, upcoming events and everything will be on there. And yeah, thanks for coming out and listening. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.
All right, guys, that's it for today's episode. I hope you're feeling inspired and ready to make some moves today. Remember, it's all about showing up, putting in the work, and staying true to yourself. If you got something out of today's episode, share it with a friend who might need to hear it, and make sure to subscribe so we can keep this momentum going. Get updates on all of our latest episodes, events, and more by following us on social media at Bound by Art Project and by heading over to the website boundbyart.com. Thanks for hanging out and putting up with my shit. I'll see you next time. Now shut up, quit making excuses, and go get better.